This undergraduate program gives you the opportunity to get into data science and AI before everyone does. You don't have to do a computer science or engineering major and then specialize in this. You get into the specialization right away. In this program, we are trying to give you a three-point view of the whole topic. One, the computing aspect of things. Second, the mathematical aspects, which are the base. And third, the practical point of view from our industry partners. This makes you a well-rounded data scientist and AI engineer. So that's the beauty to be in a specialized undergraduate program, right? You see the subjects, but you always tie it back to the discipline. You go to internships and exchanges, you tie back everything to the industry partners and you see the practice. And then you talk to industry partners in Singapore. But still, you're always getting back to what you're learning in school, connecting it to the real life. That's the beauty of any specialized undergraduate program. That's what DSAI is, right?
So one of the reasons why I decided to join DSAI is because I had an internship opportunity at the Data Science and AI Research Center at NTU. And through this internship experience, I actually learned a bit more about what DSAI is about. And I actually see that DSAI is about making sense of all the numbers around us and see how we can gain any insight from all this data and maybe let this data tell a story about. We're living in a world where we're surrounded by data, and so in DSAI, really we're trying to make sense of all this data and try to gain insights from it. So recently we did a project on video games where we had a data set on how people purchase video games, and we tried to understand why people purchase certain video games in certain regions. And it's quite interesting because using factors like people's comments and experts' opinion, we can predict actually whether a video game will have good sales or not. And so we made predictions about the sales of a video game using all these factors. And when we create a new game, we can actually predict whether it will be a popular game or not. And so that's quite interesting on how we can apply data science and AI in real life.
I think the math that we learn in DSAI is not really the conventional math that we maybe learn in previous educational institutions, because it's a really kind of complex math that relates directly to computing. So you have things like linear algebra that we can see the applications right away in what we do in the lab. So I think the foundation of data science is really built on this kind of math that we learn from this course quite from day one, I would say. For instance, we actually saw the linear algebra that we learned in the math courses, and we applied it directly to one of the projects that we did that was related to video games. It was a study on the efficient matchmaking and how do we make the game experience better for everyone playing the game. So I think the clustering methods that we used really saw a direct link to linear algebra, and it was quite interesting to see how the math related directly to the computing. Yeah. Not just abroad, I think in Singapore there are plenty of opportunities in this program as well, because we have local industry partners that we met with them, and it was a really good session where we learned what are the practical uses of data science in AI and how it's actually being used in the field right now, and I think that's very good.
I went for an exchange at University of Science and Technology in China for a week. So having looked at all the different industry and what they're doing with AI, it has me thinking that there's no limit on what AI can do, and it excites me to work in this field.